Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's up, folks? I screwed up. Oh, don't be like that. Oh, man, bummer. Oh, man, I charged up all my shit. And now something's not playing fair. Not playing nice. I'm just trying to get on as quickly as possible so that I can be here at 8. Okay, that one's okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my little thing going. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Oh, no. Come on. Don't be like that. Okay, good. I think we're good. Okay. Are we clear? Are we clear? Sorry, getting off here to a rocky start. Give me a second. Let me just wipe you off. Make sure you're okay. Okay. Hey there, folks. Bonjour, Stanti from Paris, from Sweden via Gay Paris. How's it going? Just getting going here on the streets of Tokyo, the streets of Shimokitazawa. I am outside of the new Shimokitazawa station. And, oh wait, I know, I did something else that's wrong. I know that I'm okay, but hold on. I'm getting there. We'll get there. I need to take these puppies out. So how do you do, folks? All right, there's 5 of you already here. I am here on the streets of Shimokitazawa, broadcasting for Tokyorecordstyle. I see some nice friends. Yvonne in the house. I see you clear, loud and clear. Great to see you. Well, stop me in the street, says 40 Man. Nice to have you guys here. I'm back here at my nice little spot. I like this spot. I feel good right here. This is feeling like a nice little spot. All good here. Hello, Yvonne. Celebrating 3 years of Sorry I Have Stunty tomorrow night. Oh, congratulations, Stunty. Well done. Okay, what episode are you on? 3 years, once a week. That's about 150 episodes. Good job. Brian in HD. That's right. I am broadcasting in 4K-ish. Mick, a perfect prescription from Oz. Looking for some Jet Set record bags tonight. Yes, I am. Stunt Rock Confusing. Let's see. Brian, your sound is okay, but a little crackly. Okay, I think it might take a little bit to settle in. So just give it some time. If it's crackly after a little while, let me know. Somehow I feel like the gremlins have to just kind of get situated, and eventually they kind of settle in. But yeah, I'm here on the streets of Shimokitazawa in western Tokyo-ish, and where are we? We're in Setagaya-ku. It's one of the 23 wards of Tokyo, and it's a pretty nice part of town. I love it. It's kind of my home turf. And oh, here come the police officers. But I think I'm going to be okay. They didn't bother me last time. These are not the droids you're looking for, and they're just walking right on past me. Okay, that's I get to use that expression in the way it was actually intended. These are not the YouTubers you're looking for, and they did. The force worked. Some Jedi mind tricks. Yeah, so we're here on the streets of Shimokitazawa. I just finished my day of work. Sorry to be a little distracted and all over the place. I'm just getting my bearings here. It's Thursday night here in Japan, and yeah, we're either going to do this twice a week or once a week. I can't really decide, but if it's a once a week thing, it's going to be on Wednesdays. If it's twice a week, I think it'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, it's kind of looking forward to this. It's a nice way to kind of like wind down the day. Today was, I was busy at the office today, and I am still listening to the Japan vinyl tag submissions. Today I was listening to Bill, I think, at Vinylverse, and today I listened to 2 records that I don't think I'd ever listened to before. I listened to Donny Hathaway's Everything is Everything. That completely blew me away. I should have known about this record eons ago. And I should have known like Donny Hathaway eons ago. He's been on my radar, but only like in the back file cabinets. And I just like had my mind blown, my soul filled with Donny Hathaway. Oh my God. The song Everything is Everything. There was one that was like, what was the lyric I wrote down? It was like, it's just like awesome vibes, like great lyrics, great soulful singing, amazing piano playing, just super groovy. I fell so hard and completely for Roberta Flack when I somehow discovered her. And like, not too many soul singers have come close to my adoration and love for Roberta Flack, but today I think Donny Hathaway just surpassed her as my new found appreciation of so that was one. And then the other one was what's the album? Alice Coltrane, Journey to Schenectady, some place, I don't know, some ephemeral, maybe actual place in Timbuktu. I'm not exactly sure where it is. Hey, Dino, Van Jack is in the house. Do you collect CDs? I do, and I actually just ordered like about 10 CDs, all for like 300 yen each, of things that I really want to collect. There's a handful of things that I grew up with that I got rid of my CD collection at one point, and I gave them, I burned them all to a hard drive, and then I gave them all away. And I want to go back and, like recollect these. And some of them are like, I can't believe how much they cost. Like Godween Satan, The Oneness, Ween's first record, is like the cheapest CD you can get is $100. The cheapest LP you can get is like $80. The original CD is more expensive than the reissue of the latest LP. And it's like $100. And I've got heaps of records or CDs in my sort of Discogs wish list that are like prohibitively expensive CDs. And if I find them here, I don't even need them. If I find some CD that I see selling on Discogs for like $100 and I can find it here for $3, which I often do, I'm just like, I don't need that. And I don't even really want it, but it feels like foolish not to get it if they're selling for that much. I don't know if I'll ever actually end up selling them, but yeah, I'm collecting them. I see some comments coming in. Yeah, so Dino, thanks for that question. How's the sound? Is it still choppy a little bit, or is it getting better? 4D Man, I actually just gotten a real grail of an original soundtrack for me, and we'll play it tomorrow from a West Indies rom-com of the 80s. West Indies rom-com. Okay, interesting. What could that be? Okay, some messages from 4D in the brackets I'll skip over. I need to see a fantasy character dressed up. You find them in Japan. Yeah, they're everywhere. I mean, we can find one. No, probably. I saw a guy walking down the street with a halo, like a well-built, muscly guy walking down the road today with a tutu and wings, like butterfly wings, and a halo. He had like a little thing in a halo, like a Halloween costume. I have no idea where he was going. Middle of the day. Very strange. And he looked kind of normal, just strutting like he owned the street. It was quite funny. Let's see here. Yes. Do you collect CDs? Who else collects CDs? Who else in the house collects CDs? I love CDs. I mean, I love them all. Sometimes I'm in the mood for cassette. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a CD. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a record. Often I'm in the mood, or I should say when I get in the mood for radio, I love radio. I really, really love radio. Roberta Flack, Donny Hathaway duet, Where is the Love? I know I got to get this record. Was once very hard to find in UK. I think you can get it. I was looking around for it today. I think it's possible to get. I only found it on a compilation in the 80s. Still have that. Damp, but still in the shrink. Okay, shrunken, in fact. Yes, Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack did some recordings together, and when he famously he lost his mind there at the very end, at the very tender age of like 33 or something, and tragic ending. Succumb to maybe some kind of mental illness. I'll be selling 95% of my CDs as soon as I find the time. I have about 5,000 left. Good grief, Stunty. I collect CDs and have more than 200 CDs. Amazing. Yeah, I don't think I ever amassed like maybe 200. I don't think I amassed like, I never had this wall of, maybe I had like, oh wait, I must have had like, what was a Case Logic book must have been 100. I probably had about 200 CDs at the most. But then, yeah, I probably had the same amount of cassettes. My first medium was cassettes. So I collected all my like, earliest pops and rock and, stuff that was like on MTV, Beastie Boys and Michael Jackson and old school hip hop and what else? I know Run DMC, cassette singles, that was a thing. Like, that I literally like, you kind of like wonder about singles, the nature of singles, and like, why did people buy singles? Like, what's the deal with singles, And but I collected singles, but I just didn't collect them on 7-inch records. I collected them on cassettes. We bought them because they were $3 each. I remember that. Like a full-on cassette was like $11 or whatever it was, and cassette singles were cheap. A Perfect Prescription says CDs for certain types of music like ambient and other things like, what's VA? Or deep dive box sets. VA, various artists. Okay, like a compilation maybe. I'll try to buy at least one a month to keep up with things. Yeah, man, I'm kind of the same way. I'm just like, sometimes like a 7-inch, if you got to just like scratch that itch, like just some records, you just got to like, sometimes a CD or a single will sort of like satiate you for a bit. Hey, Kevin made this. Hello, Brian. Lots of CDs in my collection. Been through all the media. Stuck with CDs. Yeah, CDs are cool, man. I love CDs. And I mean, I've told this story before, but like, I grew up with a Victrola, a phonograph, but not the one with the big cornucopia speaker, but the one that was like a cabinet where the lid opens up on the top and then the turntable's right there and the speakers are down at the bottom. Very, very nice one. My parents, I think, they probably got it for pennies, but we had a really nice one and like a pretty big collection of 78s. And I remember the time that I figured out how it worked. Like I assumed I knew how it worked, but one day I went looking for some wires. I was like, where do you plug it in? I think something like this. I was like, how does this, wait a second. And I started looking at the tone arm and I was contemplating like, why is the tone arm so fat? Like, why do they need such a ridiculous sort of like exhaust pipe tone arm? And then I was looking at the diaphragm of the cartridge essentially, and like the whole thing became just like crystallized how it worked, and I was like, wow, totally blew me away. And it was like, kind of like I could see the Matrix suddenly, and then like suddenly like, I don't know, probably either shortly before that or not much long after that, I figured out that the circuitry of a speaker, basically the signal path of like, a recording to an amp and an amp to a speaker and a speaker, to a diaphragm, like how that analog path and how elegant it is, even though it's an electrical signal, and it's still amplitudes, and it's essentially the same as the Victrola. It's just using electricity rather than sound waves. Then the ones and zeros. It's like the fact that they can convert that to ones and zeros, and that when I saw like what do they call it, like a electron microscope. What do you call that thing? The electron microscope, and you could see the ones and the zeros on the Morse code on the CD. My mind was blown again. And magnets and cassettes. I mean, oh my God, that's actually the craziest one. I need to pick that one apart a little bit further. I'm not looking for records. I need to be looking for records. It's 8 o'clock and the record collector should be coming to the station here and I should be on the lookout. I do have my sign. Show me your records. What do you think? Show me your records. You want to talk about music, guys? See some cute girls over there talk. Some young gals. Let's see if I can read some of these comments. I saw, do you collect punk CDs? I saw those somewhere. No, not really. I've inherited a few punk collections. There's some great punk specific record shops in Tokyo, and if you come, I'd love to take you there. And I don't, I collect sort of like, I don't know what to call it, like folk punk. If it's got like a softness to it, I don't really like any of the cores. I don't really like the grind cores and the thrashes and it's just like, it's a little bit too, hi there. You want to come say hello?
Hi.
Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Hold on. Let me get
You are in Instagram.
Yes, we're on YouTube right now.
Argentina.
You're from Argentina?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. You want to come say hello? This is about, we're talking about music. My name is Brian. What's your name?
Tatiana.
Tatiana. And
music, Nicolas.
Nicolas. Tatiana and Nicolas from Bariloche.
No.
From Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long are you in Japan?
In Japan, no. 4 days.
Only 4 days. Okay.
It's our honeymoon.
Wow, congratulations. Give them a big round of applause. Wow, wonderful.
Thank
What a
you.
wonderful honeymoon.
How is your Instagram?
My Instagram is okay. It's healthy, but it's not so big. It's quite small. It's called Tokyorecordstyle. It's about records. Do you guys? We talk.
You live here?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm living here a long time, 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I just sometimes I have some Argentinian friends who come to Japan, and I just learned about Charlie Garcia.
Yeah.
Okay,
Obvio.
everybody knows about Charlie.
Sing something. Or...
You want to see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
She has a
Okay.
Okay, you gotta come on in.
Tatiana
Nicholas.
Nicola, okay, she's very pretty. Oh.
Oh, okay. We got some in the
Thank
comments.
you.
Okay, Nicholas. Okay, she's very pretty and she's
dancing
married.
tango. Tango.
Okay, ask if they can dance some tango. You guys want to show us some tango?
No, if he pay me, yeah.
Okay, you guys show us the money, she says. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Tell me about some music. What's some great music from Argentina that you can recommend to us? Who do you love? What are you listening to right now?
Miranda.
Babasónicos.
Babasónicos.
Okay, and what kind of genre? What kind of music?
It's like Babasónicos is like a rock pop.
Okay.
And the mix. Miranda the same.
Okay. Sounds great.
Yeah, very
I
great.
became a fan of Seru Yeron.
Seru Girán, yes,
Girán.
but it's more
Much more modern, much more contemporary.
Yes.
El cuelgue.
El cuelgue?
It's a man.
They have his type of music. It's difficult to explain. But it's very nice.
It's a pop rock kind of a fusion, something.
Very fusion, yes.
Okay.
Mix.
Different styles.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe they have a little of cumbia in the
Cumbia, okay.
Yeah, a lot of genres. Very, very nice.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you for recommending some music from Argentina. Congratulations on your way. Thank you for coming and saying hello, Tatiana and Nicholas. Brian.
Thank you.
Brian
I'm
from
going to
go follow and if you want to share your Instagram, you want to share anything?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks for saying hello. Okay. Lovely, folks. No tango? Are you sure? Last chance? No tango? Okay. That's funny. Oh, man. Tango is so beautiful, and there's I have a very dear friend of mine is a professional dancer, dances tango, and I've been to some tango festivals. I didn't know how varied tango can be, how it can be this fun, sort of silly, almost comical thing, and it can be this passionate and serious and dramatic thing, and there's so many different kinds. It's what a beautiful expression of creativity. They were fun, Tatiana and Nicholas from Argentina. Tatiana learned that from John Lennon. We need the money first. Yes. That was quite funny. Let's see. Euros. What are we saying here? Euro 40. Okay. Okay. There was a miss. Okay. 40 minutes. I think she learned it from Marx, actually. Okay. You guys always have to go there. You always just whatever little thing you can get in, just go for it. Let's see. Papa Francis liked to tango. Oh, is that right? Interesting. Apparently, it's the Argentinian way. Was Francis? I didn't remember that. He was from Argentina. I didn't even remember that. Okay. They were great people. Yes. Yes, indeed. They were very nice to say hello. And I'm going to have to go back and listen to their recommendations, something fusion, something genre bending, some interesting contemporary artists. I just threw out these two artists that are so like classic rock. They're sort of Argentinian rock. That's a genre of rock music, and it's Argentinia's stadium rock. If you don't know Charlie Garcia, he's considered, one of the most premier rock legends. Is Charlie Garcia still with us? Yeah, living legends. And he was in this band. He started this band called Seru Giron, Serugiran, Giron, Seru Giron, or Giron or something. But man, I fell in love with them the first time I heard them. I think I've made my way to them by way of like maybe Happy End. Maybe it was like the Argentinian Happy End. Okay, Brian, you are so good now to read the chat comments. Well, I'm doing my best. Thanks, Yvonne. I have to kill some time. I have to be like, I'm sitting here on my own. I mean, you got to give me a little bit of credit for that, because a lot of the people who are doing live streams have somebody to riff off some things. They have some ideas to riff off of each other. They can keep the conversation going by engaging with each other, and it's just little old lonely me up here. So a little bit, I need your help, actually. And there might be something to that, actually. It might actually be like forging a more meaningful connection with you guys, because I depend on you to keep this going. Do you listen to music if you don't know what they are saying? Fitz of Fitz Electric Bar, who's doing the Fitz interviews, which are really interesting. If you're not following Fitz Electric Bar, you're missing out. Go follow Fitz. Fitz is doing a really amazing job of spotlighting a bunch of people in the vinyl community. And one of with 10 questions, 10 kind of standard questions that he's asking everybody, and 5 sort of questions that are catered specifically to the person he's interviewing. And one of the questions is like Lonely Island records. What would be 3 records you'd take on a lonely island? And 2 of the records that I chose were Happy End, Ude Men, which is in Japanese, and Secos y Mojaldos, which is a Brazilian band, which I don't speak Portuguese. 2 records that aren't in my language. And Japanese I can basically get by, but my rationale there is that I could spend the rest of my exile on the lonely island deciphering what the language might be. I could try to like find words, and if I had some, I don't know, I learned something interesting about the Rosetta Stone today, which I didn't know. I listened to this little reel by Carl Sagan, and he was talking about the Rosetta Stone, and the Rosetta Stone came from from a town called like Rashid in Egypt, Greece, ancient, some fourth, that the Rosetta Stone. It's the one that has the hieroglyphics. It has the ancient hieroglyphics, then the sort of like more recent but also ancient hieroglyphics, and then like ancient Greek. And it's these 3 languages juxtaposed, and they're talking about They're talking about Cleopatra, and they're talking about Ptolemy, King Ptolemy, Pharaoh Ptolemy, I don't know, and they're able to like pinpoint like what a P is and what an O is and what a it's just like basic code breaking essentially, and that's why it's called that's what we call the Rosetta Stone. But it's misnamed because the town that it came from is called like Rashid or Rash something, and because the Westerners at the time couldn't pronounce the name of the city of whatever it was, it became Rosetta. That's why it's called the Rosetta Stone. Let's see here. So yes, to your question, Dino Vanjak, do you listen to music if you don't know what they're saying? Absolutely, absolutely. I find it like an interesting odyssey. It's a weird journey. You can kind of, it's fun when you like know just a couple of words, you know? Like I listened to Amélie, that Jean-Pierre Jeunet film. You know the film Amélie was so great. One of my all-time favorite movies. And I went looking for the scene where it's shortly after she returns the box that she finds in her apartment to the owner and she commits herself to doing good deeds for the world. And her very first act is to guide the blind man across the street. And she takes him and she says, "Oh, here's the flower market. And, oh, there's aroma of the flowers, and they're baking over here in the baker, and it's two franc for sourdough, and the butcher's over there, and there's a baby crying on the street." And the blind man's like, he's laughing, and he's like, she's dragging him. You know the scene. And she says, "Xian." She says the word "xian." And I know "Xian, Aunt Alicia" from what is that from? Debaser. It's on Pixie's Doolittle. And I know "xian" is dog. And so, like, if you just knew, like, I know a few words. I was mentioning this the other day. I got interrupted by 4D, but I was talking about the scene from, which is that one? Search for the Holy Grail, Search for the Holy Grail, Monty Python, where King Arthur comes to the bridge keeper, and Sir Lancelot and Sir Galahad all get thrown off the cliff because they can't answer the bridge keeper's questions, the riddles that they have to answer. "What is your favorite color?" "Blue." "No, wait, I mean red." You know, this scene. And he asks King Arthur, "What is the latent velocity of a north-bearing swallow?" And then King Arthur says, "Well, is it a European swallow or an African swallow?" And "Oh no!" And then the bridge keeper gets thrown into the abyss. And the other knight, who is still with King Arthur, says, "How do you know such things? How did you know the difference? How do you know to ask the difference between a European swallow and an African-tailed swallow?" And he says, "Well, a king has to know such things." And I feel like that's one of the most salient lines from the whole movie. I feel like I took that one, I picked it up when I was a kid, and yeah, you gotta know if you want to be a person in an international world, if you want to be a person of the people, you gotta know a little bit about everything. So if I could pick up this question, this is the very long answer to the question, do you listen to records from another language? If I could just pick up one word or a couple of words, and I could pick them up in other places, you know, and I could like somehow decipher the thing, that seems like it would be endless fodder for entertaining myself on a lonely island. So shout out to Fitz, who asked the question, what your Lonely Island records, two of which of mine were non-English records, Happy Ends Ude Men and Secos y Mojaldos' self-titled band record from, I don't know, 72, 74, 71, I'm not sure. Let's see. Let me read some comments here. We haven't seen a single record collector. I may have nearly... Oh, Masato-san! Genki! You want to come say hello? No. I know Upstairs Records, Masato-san just drove by. Masato. He's a character. He's got his bucket hat on. He saw me and he gave me a side eye. And then I said, "Oh, Masato." And he waved his hand up and then he kept on writing. But interesting character. He used to run a record store in New York City called Weekend Records. I recommend you look up Weekend Records. And it might be on like a Red Bull page, but I think Red Bull maybe did a feature on him. And Masato was a guy who, very interesting character. I've shown you his record store here in Tokyo before in Shimokitazawa called Upstairs Records. It's only open from 9 p.m. until the morning, basically. And it's a bar but it's kind of like a hoarder's paradise, and he's got mountains and mountains of boxes, and he's compulsive about buying records. And I've seen him at the record fairs, and he's buying handfuls and handfuls of like dollar records, and there's no order. The records are in boxes. It looks like somebody's garage. He's got a bar on half the room is a bar, and half the room is like this pile of records that are just totally random. And basically, the shop is only open to customers of the bar. So very interesting record shop, one of a kind. But before he ran the shop here in Tokyo, he was living in New York City, and right around 9/11, like they wouldn't renew his visa or something like this. And but his record shop in New York City was apparently legendary, and it also was something like I'm describing. It was this hodgepodge of like disordered mayhem. And you would the sort of shtick of the place is that you'd go in there and you'd tell him like something that you kind of liked or that you were into, or give him a sense of something, and then he would go find something for you. And it wasn't necessarily a record shop that you could, don't quote me on this, but that you could like dig through, but just a place where you could go and just get recommended something. That was the nature of the record shop. Okay, let me get some comments here. Appreciate you guys being here. Really do. Let me see here. Dino asked, do you listen to something? No, Weird Strawberries. Jivals Jagado. Divilje Jagode. Jivilje Dagoje. Wild strawberries. Wild strawberries? Weird strawberries? I'm not totally sure. No, don't take any offense to my message here, Dino. Don't let me embarrass you. I'm guessing English is not your first language, which is very cool in my book that you're speaking in a second language here. They are Croatian. Okay, there you go. That's why it's a mouthful. Hard rock heavy metal band from the 80s. Okay, very cool. Somebody will know them in here for sure. Not really my jam. I'm too wussy to like. I watched Sixth Sense the other night for the first time ever, and I had to turn it off halfway because it was like too spooked by it. I like could not get through Sixth Sense. There was like one little suspenseful boom, and I was like, I gotta turn this off. I couldn't watch it. I gotta watch it like in the daytime. So like I don't know, like all like punk and metal. I'm just like I'm too. But having said that, I do have some flares from time, and there's things in my collection that you're like, whoa, that's interesting. Rosetta is a 1973 single from Alan Price, Georgie Fame, when they were a double act for a while. Not very good. An example of two artists being less than one. That's funny. Did you notice Amelie is now fighting aliens and a Terminator in the new Alien TV show? I didn't know that. Yeah, Andrea Tattoo, or what is her name? Santi? She's lovely, and she made that movie, right? She was so good. I don't know if anybody else could have pulled that off. Let's see here. What? I interrupted you? Never. No, you did. You did. But I'm guilty as charged as well. Let's see. Stunty, I see the brackets here. 40, you could provide some context. 40 likes to just throw like grenades with no context whatsoever and just watch them explode and see if we can like figure them out. Sometimes we're like late to the comments, so they often like the context has already come and gone. Santi, we thought Amelie as well. Let's see. Oh, B-side. Was that B? That was B-sides. Hey, B-sides. Nice to see you here. How you doing? Good to have you here, B-sides. I think it's not a fluke. Even the behavior of the character is somewhat similar to. I'm lost. Good morning, Yvonne B-sides. Stunty, it's on person. I love it. Okay, Yvonne Music Man. Q Sukamoto. With the song Sukiyaki. Very, very. That one was like the first, probably only song that ever like charted. Maybe that's not the only one that charted, but that one like went to #1. That one went to, I read up about it. Sukiyaki. That's like a silly kind of song from the. Sukiyaki is is like a beef dish. It's like macaroni. I mean, they might as well be singing about spaghetti and meatballs. It's kind of a silly song. And but it was catchy, and there was a sukiyaki craze in like the early 60s, I think. I need to find a nice copy of that on vinyl. You can find it all over the place from here. Yes, I learned that all from Kelly's Heroes. Again, that one's like, I never watched Kelly's Heroes on Nick at Night. It was like, yeah, generation gap there a little bit. Well, we got Tatiana and Nicholas from Argentina, and you guys and me. We're just saying that the main protagonist in the Alien TV show is, oh, where is it going? Here at, okay, and looks uncanny like Amelie, I see, and even behaves similarly, which is pretty fun. Okay, that sounds like fun. Okay, let's see if we can find some records here. Let's just keep our eyes peeled. I think you guys should be able to hear me okay. I'm wearing my Lunar Lander shirt. This was made by, oh goodness, I'm gonna forget her name. Somebody who I photographed for the Tokyo Record Style project. She told me about her designs, and I liked them so much. I was like, oh, I think I want one of those. So I ordered one. It's quite nice. She's kind of a space cadet, as am I. So no records. I like that guy's trousers. Very nice style. Wow, that guy's got a good style. Actually, if I can get his attention. Oh man, he's got all kinds of style. I think I'm gonna go. He's too far. Shimasen! I think I missed it. I missed the chance. He was properly. That was the best styled dude I've seen quite a while. He had on some gold tweed trousers that were sort of, what would you call them? I don't know. Maybe a light something with red stripes down the side, like pinstripes, but broad stripes, not pin, but broad stripes. A velour shirt, maybe? What's that one called? Velour? What's the terry cloth, maybe? A terry cloth t-shirt, a gold watch, and a polo Ralph Lauren bag. It was very stylish. We saw Masato from Upstairs Records, and we got to talk about him, but we didn't actually get him on camera. So I'm trying to make a little bit of a goal to get 3 people before I wrap it up. We're fishing. We're fishing for record collectors. That can be like a new little shtick. In Japan, they don't actually have like, oh, they do, but there's a lot of fishing on this, like, there's like a lot of stick fishing. They just use like bamboo sticks, and they don't actually have like reels on some kinds of fishing. There's like a very light sort of bamboo, just a simpler kind of fishing that we don't do in the States. Let's see here. '68 was the Sukiyaki year. Wow, I would have thought it would have been much earlier than that. Really? Okay. That's not worth double checking. I trust you, but like that seems like entirely too late. Or that shows that maybe Japan was a little bit behind the times a little bit with. There was a thing that happened in the late 60s, early 70s in Japan where it was this big debate. That's what I've talked about it before, and I don't really completely understand the significance of it, but it was this guy's got records, maybe. Are those records? I don't think so. There was this big like philosophical debate in this. I shouldn't even talk about it. I don't really know that much about it, but there was a gathering, a sort of like a what do they call those things? Like a happening, a be-in kind of thing And all these people got together, and there was like panels and debates, and there was this big sort of salon of all these people gathering to talk about culture and the direction of Japan and what it was going to mean to completely adopt and embrace Western style and sensibility and culture and all this stuff. And wow, another good looking people and one of the things that they debated was the language that music was going to be sung henceforth in. What was pop music going to be? What language was Japanese pop music going to be sung in? And there was a big contingency of people who debated that for Japanese music to be internationally appreciated, acclaimed, celebrated, it needed to be in English, and another contingency that said it should be in Japanese. So why are we talking about that? Sukiyaki, even though it is in Japanese, I think it was right on the crux of that that time. Well, 1968 would be that. I mean, that was probably one of the songs that was amongst the the pieces that people were debating at that time. I'm kind of talking out my ass here, but and here's an interesting. I got a couple more for you. A friend of mine, an acquaintance, an old friend. It's somebody who I've known for a very, very long time here in Tokyo. Not well, but we've been on each other's radars. We're friendly, and no bad blood at all. Even though I think he has some detractors, but I am not one of them. And but a very well-established character in the non-Japanese world here in Tokyo. And he made a shirt that he was showing off today on LinkedIn, and it said in Japanese, I forgot what it said in Japanese, but watashi wa, I am not a tourist, I live here. And he said like, I finally got around to making this t-shirt because he is lamenting what I've talked about a couple of times on these streams, which is like being distinguishing oneself from this over tourism problem that's happening in Tokyo right now. And it kind of didn't exactly sit well with me. It got like a mile-long list of, I got to get one of those t-shirts. I need one of those. Oh, man, it's so funny. It's so great. And, I can totally commiserate with you. I get it. And I saw it, and I said, like, I want to contribute to this conversation because it's interesting, and I don't want to come across as disrespectful, and I don't discourage you from wearing the shirt because it's funny, and I get it, and it's tongue-in-cheek, and I don't think it's a bad thing. But something about it is just off, slightly off. And I kind of didn't really have my thought completely collected, but it didn't stop me from just writing and seeing where the writing took me. And I thought, yeah, it's kind of something that my argument was that it was something that somebody fresh off the boat would sort of put on a t-shirt, or somebody who is like, it was almost kind of too on the nose, kind of beneath him, a little bit. It was sort of like antagonizing in a way that like negates what it was trying to, make a joke of. Let me read some comments here. That was one thing I wanted to share about. Sukiyaki. Okay, hold on. Let me go back here a little bit. 68 was a Sukiyaki. I'd like more base. Oh, wait. I'm more of a base cadet, space cadet. You're more of a base cadet. I like that, Santi. We have to list some horror films for Brian to get acclimatized to spookiness without freaking out. Brides of Dracula, 1960 is my nomination. We can try. I don't see it taking. I don't see it's just not. I mean, when there's so many other things I need to see. But why not? Okay. Kyo Sakamoto was in 1985 on the board of Japan Airlines flight 123, which encountered problems shortly after takeoff and crashed near Mount Takamagahara. Very sad. Oh, I did not know that, Yvonne. That's tragic news. I didn't know that. Okay, that's how he died in 1985. Wow, 30 years ago. 40 years ago? 40 years ago. Wow. 1961, Brian. Okay, see that? I thought so. Yeah, issued worldwide between 61 and 63. I thought so. What a bad freaking year. Yeah, I figured as much. 68. Okay, so that sort of confirms what I was thinking. It's not quite. It was a little bit too. Yes, by 1968, Japan was sort of past that sort of, uh, you know, what would we call that? I don't even know. Japan's sort of uh, version of like 1950s, Ozzy and Harriet kind of. I mean, what's his name? Kyo Sakamoto, what's his name? I always forget his name. Sakamoto. He had like a buzz cut. He had like a Ricky Nelson like buzz cut. It was like in the very 1950s ish. So okay, well, even one record collector. Okay, well, I got one more. Okay, so I do have a Tenagui on today. I got a message from Gary Harris who said, "Yo, I like your Tenagui spotlight, and I'm into Tenaguis, and I got a Tenagui." And I saw that I've got my Tenaguis from time to time, and I use them for all kinds of things. They're just cloth fabrics. And I use them for all different kinds of things. I've talked about them, and I don't need to go off on them again. But this one is particularly cool. You'll like it. Any got any clues about this? Check this out. This is from audio. This is from Disc Union. So I think you'll like this one. How you like them apples? Right? Not bad, eh? That one's pretty slick. This is one of my favorite ones. I have a piano one, but the piano one's a little bit too much like the piano necktie. It's a little bit it's a little bit corny to like be wearing a piano around your neck. But when you so I just roll it up like a joint practically, and you got to roll it real tight. You need to kind of roll it in the middle as well. Now that I'm unrolling it, I've unrolled it. It kind of won't go back the same way that I had it before, but it'll be okay. I like to roll it up nice and tight, and then the records get a bit abstract, and you just see these kind of black and white lines. Yeah, it's all kind of screwed up now, but. And it's wet. I like soaked it in the faucet before I came out, and it made it all so it's like cool on my neck. And it's so hot out. I was gonna meet up with some. There's some homies from Santa Fe who are in Tokyo right now. They have a record store in Santa Fe called Mottainai Records. Mottainai means like, oh, what a shame, or what a waste, or I wonder how they imagine it to be interpreted. Mottainai means like, oh no, it doesn't seem like an appropriate name for a shop, but I bet they've kind of conceptualized it in a cool way. Brad and Angela, I think, are their names. And I hope I'm not speaking out of class here, but they seem like very cool people. Don't know if they have a YouTube channel, but Mottainai Records does have an Instagram. And they had mentioned some weeks ago that they were going to be here in Tokyo and wanted to connect. And we were going to connect today or last night or the night before, but there was like heat stroke. There was some heat stroke. It's so hot. It's like, it's miserably hot right now. So yeah, no. Oh, there's a cool, interesting guy with a Tower Records bag. Why has he got Tower Records? There's no Tower Records. A true, like a real, he's got the tartan. This guy is like, oh, he's not Japanese either. Let's see if we can get him over. He's gonna like outrank us music wise. Well, that's most people, but let me see here. I'll say hi to you guys. Let's see. I'd like a T-shirt that says "I am a tourist and live here." Yeah, and I live here. Oh, JBB, you're here in Tokyo? I think, did I know that? Maybe I knew that. If I didn't, forgive me. Yeah, right. I mean, that's was something that I was kind of thinking about too. It was like, how could you say the same thing without saying it? Like, that was my thought there. It's like, it's too obvious. Like, the act of, like, navigating between the lines, is what makes it kind of cool. There was something about it that was like a little bit dasai. I don't mean like dasai, but oh, he's gone. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Okay. Oh, he left. He disappeared. Okay. Well, we might have missed him. Let me keep going on these comments. Yvonne Music Man. Looks like a 1960s op art scarf in Swingin' London. Op art scarf. What does that mean? OP art scarf. Op art scarf. Hey, dude ass face in the house. What's up, dude? Hey, Brian. Good morning from Nashville. It's 6:48 a.m. Cool design on the Tenagui, right? If anybody wants one of these Tenaguis, these aren't like freebies. I can't really pass these out, but if you want one, send me a little coin and I'll send you one. They're actually like they make for great souvenirs because they fold up small and they probably put them in the mail quite easily. You can probably find one in your neck of the woods. Still summer in Japan, very much, although the days are getting shorter. A tourist in his own country, right? Okay. Well, now I think we're getting to the like dregs of the whiskey. Oh, I see a girl with a tail. Too bad. Who was wanting that, Yvonne? I do see a girl walking with a cat tail and cat ears. And I don't think she's Japanese, actually. Maybe she might come back around. If we have a chance to get her, we will. But I think, drank to the dregs of the whiskey bar. I'm down here at the bottom of the... Pianola closes at 9, but they're going to the station the other direction. I do like this light, though. Okay. Let's see here. Oh. Okay, well, some nights we did better in Shibuya, and some nights we did better in Shimokitazawa, and I guess it's all a little bit of a crapshoot. I thought, like, Shibuya might be particularly tricky, but then the other night it was, like, super dead easy, and then when it was easy here, one night I thought this would be, like, the place to be each time, but I think it's just, yeah, you get lucky. It's just like fishing. The fishing's good. Sometimes the fish are biting, and sometimes they're not. But if they're not, we should still be able to catch at least somebody who wants to talk about some music or talk about something. I'm regretting not stopping a couple of interesting looking characters. I should sort of make it a rule. I should impose a rule upon myself to like, don't. Okay, hold on. Let me come back here for a second. This is easier to look at comments from this side. Let me just look. What do we have here? Let me get all the way down. Okay, there we go. Now you can order the Beatles anthology box on vinyl. No sound. Okay. No sound. Uh-oh. Sound is back or no? No sound? Okay, this is a little tricky. Okay. You can hear me okay now, right? Okay now. Yeah, I'm reaching around to the back of the camera to try to look at comments, and I might have accidentally pressed the no sound or a mute button. Well, what's on your guys' agendas? What are you guys listening to? I told you what I'm listening to, what I listened to today. What are you guys listening to? Put on anything interesting? I've got, I'm going to do the 4x4 video. I plan to do that. And I won't tell you what artist that I'm doing, but I will do that. And I will tell you some updates on the microphone situation. I'm not sure if you know, but I probably ought to swap out the Tokyo Record Style avatar on YouTube. It's right now. It's a photo of me holding a 7-inch in front of my face, which is from this awesome record store that's no longer with us. Ballroom Records, I think it was called. Jackpot Records. I think it was Jackpot in Kichijoji, and it's no longer there. And I picked up a copy of Santos and Johnny's Sleepwalker. There, Sleepwalk. And you know the wah, 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 and I already had a copy of it, but I wanted to give my copy to somebody else. The greatest song to end a set with. So good you can play it twice. And it was so sad. You guys want to talk about music? Music? You want to talk? No? Okay. They were so lovely. Love that Sleepwalking. Yeah, very nice song. And so the record shop is no longer there, and I kind of like, I'm holding on to that avatar just because it's like the last remnant of one of my favorite record shops in Tokyo. But I have a logo for my record shop, and it's the smiley face. It's just like a little smiley face with the tone arm that's, you know, his smile. And I saw that you can get these like pop filters in different colors, and you'll notice this one's kind of like, it's not exactly a circle, and I noticed that you can get some that have circles on them, and but I can't find a yellow one. So what I'm gonna do, because I want to make the little, I don't know, I know it's ridiculous, it's quite juvenile, but I'm gonna put 2 eyes and a little smile on him, and then I'm gonna have my words around here. But I've decided finally that because I can't get one of these from one of the shops, I'm gonna go to the magic store and buy some magic balls, some balls that disappear in your hand that you can squash them and they disappear, you know? And sorry if that's like, but yeah, I'm gonna get a yellow one, and then I'm gonna figure out how you can iron on the little smiley face. And so I'm keen to do that. I think it might not end up as good as I think it should be, but I'm gonna try that. And that was, why did I mention that? Yeah, that was something I was working on last night. Okay, did you guys tell me what you're listening to? I can imagine, especially when the North American gets going, okay, it will be a Beatleathon. Yeah, kind of like I'm over Fleetwood Mac'd. I've OF'd, over Fleetwooded, and I'm on the verge of OBing, over Beatling, almost. I'm really close. And the anthology, let's see what happens. It should be interesting, but I'm not going to spend $400 on I don't have $400 to blow on a thing. Sorry, I'm a latecomer to your show, but are you familiar with the bar owner in Japan who plays Tom Waits songs in his bar? No, that sounds amazing though. Wait, does he play like Tom Waits records, or does he like actually play Tom Waits songs? Does he play at the guitar and piano? Oh, it's not Nana, is it? And it can't be Nana in Nombe or in Golden Guy. I can't, maybe I know, but I probably don't. All right, guys, I'm about ready to throw in the towel. I always get here though. I do get to this point where I'm ready to throw in the towel, and then I just kind of like, I hang on for, I've just been going for 1 hour, but we've only really had one person tonight. there's also something about like the right person. Like you see lots of interesting people walk by, but from photographing strangers on the streets, I know very well like who's going to have stage presence. And that's not to say that I'm discriminated against those who don't, but it's like easy conversations, fun, smooth, easy, kind of chucky conversations versus like clunky, awkward, pulling teeth to talk, and there is, and sometimes it's counterintuitive, and sometimes the obvious choices are not the greatest, but I am on the prowl for just the right person. We're really striking out. And I'm just about out of patter, I think. Far too late now, but could have been outside with microphone chasing squirrels in a split screen with Brian who's tracking down record buyers. Well, what I'm going to do, I think, moving forward is, I'm not sure. I looked into this today, is that, vinyl is dead in Shimo. Not one tonight. I know. I haven't even seen a bag, actually. I haven't even seen Jet Set Records was wishful thinking. Jet Set's a great bag, but we didn't even get like one disc union. Didn't see a single disc union. Unfortunately, General Records is no longer here. These guys look cool. Here comes a family. Lost my train of thought. Multi-streaming. I'm going to try to think if I can stream on multiple streams at the same time. But one of the issues is like vertical and horizontal orientation. That makes it a little bit tricky. If anybody is an expert at multi-streaming on various platforms, I would love to hear your input on how you do it. I looked up something today. It was a YouTube video that was about 2 years old. I would have thought that something better has come along since, but it was called, if you rattled off the name, I might be able to recognize it, but it was some sort of third-party thing, but it prioritized vertical streaming. And I think for the interview, I think we need horizontal streaming. I just don't think it's going to work in a vertical format. And that's what I think. I'm a big format head, and I'm really late. I'm really not 1,000% into 16:9 vertical resolution. It's not. I realize that it's what we're all doing, but it's not elegant. And 8x10 in the vertical format is great. 3x4 is like almost okay. 16:9 is just not a vertical format. And so I'm a little bit of a purist in that way, and I don't necessarily think that if I want to do multi-streaming, and my only option is to do vertical streaming, I don't think it's an idea. You guys want to talk about music? We're talking about music streaming. No, not interested. See it cool. Maybe I should. Oh, there's some. I'm really not seeing anybody. Well, thanks for being patient with me, at least. I appreciate you sticking around. I want nothing more than to entertain you with some interesting people, but it's proving to be a little bit hard tonight. A Wizard, A True Star by Todd Rundgren was the last thing I listened to. Okay, Todd Rundgren is not somebody from a artist point of view. I know he's probably produced a bunch of the records that I love, but I don't really know his own works that well. I just Googled it. The Apollo Bar in Tokyo plays only Tom Waits records. Okay, sure, I'll go. The Apollo Bar, great. I'm happy to know about that. Let me find out where it is. Multi-streaming sounds interesting, though I don't know the first thing about it. You're incorrigible, really. I dare you to go a full stream, 40, without the words 1960 anything. You had a vertical hold knob and a horizontal hold knob. You had a vertical hold knob and a horizontal hold knob. If that's any help. No, it's not. It's definitely not any help. So, no, it's not. You're not helping me. Okay, there's some interesting looking characters, but no records. But they sure do look cool, and I like the yellow Crocs. Let me see. You guys want to talk about music? I love your style. You're looking so cool. You look like Donny Hathaway, who I just listened to today. Sugoi oshare. And I like the yellow Crocs too. Yabai. He did have a nice Donny Hathaway hat on. Blast, rejection. But that's what you get. Oh, there's a nice yukata over here. You'll see her coming into frame maybe here in a second. Yeah, who was it? I think Mick asked me on a when I went and interviewed some people on the streets. Ooh, I should have figured that out. I went and he said to ask this band who I stopped and chatted up who inspired them. And I was thinking about asking the Argentinians who we talked to, like what music inspired them, but that didn't seem appropriate. But the thought of having like a little arsenal of questions to ask or some pre-prepared pattern to bring up. How's it going, guys? You want to talk about music? 音楽の話はどう？話。Yeah, 音楽。音楽好きですか？ You guys want to come? じゃあいいですか？今 YouTube, we're streaming on YouTube. いいですか？じゃあ come on into frame. 3人で Okay. 何友達ですか？ Are you guys friends? Okay. Best friends か？ Okay. And what's your name and how old are you? 8 though, okay. 8.
No. 岸龍之介。
Hold on, let me get you in frame. Okay,
My name is
Ryunosuke, and you're Nansai, how old are you?
16。
16. Wow, okay, 16. Wakai, you guys are young. And what's your name?
Kairi,
Kaidi, and how old are you?
15.
15. Okay. My daughter, Musume wa 14 歳. My daughter is 14. What's your name?
Ren,
Dan, and how old are you?
16.
16. Okay. So, did you guys go to Nanka Summer Festival this year? Did you go to Summer Sonic, or did you go see any live this summer? I know Natsuno live. Mita?
No.
No live.
No.
No live. Okay.
No.
Well, let me ask you this: what music? How do you listen? Music, skina. You guys like music?
Yeah.
How do you listen to music? Spotify, YouTube, CDs, records. Dona? How do you listen to music?
Line music.
Nani?
Line music.
Line music. Okay, interesting. Line music is Line is a very popular application in Japan, but it's not actually that popular outside of Japan. How do you listen to music?
Apple Music.
Apple Music.
Apple Music.
Apple Music. Okay. And who's your ichiban saikin skina band? Who's your favorite group? Are you do you like bands, or do you like groups, or do you like J-pop, K-pop? I mean, who's your favorite? Saikin no ichiban skina wa dare?
Mrs. Green Apple.
Mrs. Green Apple. Do you guys know about Mrs. Green Apple? Mrs. Green Apple is huge right now. Mrs. Green Apple is a very J-pop famous band who has a really amazing vocalist. Ne? Mrs. Green Apple no singer wa name wa nanti no?
大森元樹。
Omori Motoki. And did you go Mrs. Green Apple no live mita? Did you see the live?
YouTube.
YouTube there? Okay. Mrs. Green Apple, kill me out. Oh, just a minute. Let me stay on Mrs. Green Apple. So my family, my son, 14歳の息子も Green Apple 3回見たことある最近。昨日なんかディズニーのテーマは Mrs. Green Apple 知ってる？
Yes.
Right now, Mrs. Green Apple recently played at Summer Sonic and Yokohama no なんかライブ覚えてないけど Yokohama Live, then 次は Summer Sonic, and then right now at Disneyland, Disney has like different times of year. There's different themes. There's like Halloween time and Christmas time and hokani naka Halloween, Christmas, there's like, and right now it's I think Mrs. Green Apple tema. So when you Tamani Disneyland, do you guys go to Disney sometimes?
Yes.
Amari,
Yes.
Wadi? What's your do you guys do the doki nantike osoroe yatte? Are you doing like the wearing the Mickey or
Yeah.
You have to do?
Yes.
Okay, who's your favorite Disney character? あんまりない。
ミッキー。
ミッキー。
ドナルド。
スティッチ。
Stitch か。Okay, Stitch は結構なんか最近のやつ。Who do I love? I don't know who I love. 多分ミッキーも。So Mrs. Green Apple is your 大ファンです。Do you want to see the live? Live 見たい？
ライブ見たい。
見たい。Okay. Tokyo に住んでる？ Are they Osaka or Tokyo? Where do they?
東京。
Tokyo か。Okay. Who's your なんか今日の名前もう一回。What's your name one more time?
龍之介。
ゆうのすけさん and もう一回で。
カイリー。
Kaidi. Who's your favorite 最近のバンド？
玉木浩二。
玉木浩二。I don't know anything about 玉木浩二。ちょっと教えて。Tell me about that. 玉木浩二はsinger?
シンガー。
Guitar, drums, anything? Or just singer, vocalist?
ボーカル。
Okay, vocal. All right. I know. What's the kind of Dona style? What kind of like genre or what kind of style does? なんかもう一回。名前もう一回。The artist.
玉木浩二。
玉木浩二。玉木浩二はどんな感じ？ What's this kind of style? Or なんか説明。何でも。
ナイスガイ。
ナイスガイだけ。Okay. All right. スタイルは普通のスタイル？is it 目立つ？is it 声はすごいor バババババ or hip hop な感じ or J-pop? Is it just J-rock? あまりdifficult to explain.
Change.
Okay, changes. All right.
Change.
All right. Okay. 合格 You pass. You're clear. お疲れ様です。Okay. 名前もう一回教えて。What's your name one more time?
レンです。
Then who's your favorite? I like your style. Then you got your cool. You got your cool jewelry on. You got your ripped jeans. これは何? Your bag? Okay. And okay, you got a cool bag with some skulls and crossbones on it. That's 結構やばい。Fashion 興味ある。You got
Yes.
Where do you like to go? Do you go shopping in Shimokita, Furugiya? Are you shopping at the recycle shop or online or dokuni? Where are you getting your fashion?
リサイクルショップ。
Recycle shop in Shimokita?
いや。まあ。
たまに。Okay.
たまに。
Do you guys live in Setagaya Kunusundere? Are you living around here?
No.
Toi.
遠い。
Okay. So who's your favorite artist these days?
サチモス。
Sachimos. 知ってる? Do I know Sachimos? Sachimos 説明して。Tell us about Sachimos.
日本のバンド。
Nihon band. Are they musicians or like a group, dance group, or like a band?
バンド。
Okay. And non-member. How many members are there in the band?
6 maybe.
6. Okay. And are they どんな感じかな? What's the kind of style or what's the genre?
ジャズとかヒップホップとかそっち系。
Jazz, hip hop. Okay, Sachimos. Okay, very cool. Sachimos. We got some recommendations. You guys, let's see if there's any comments. ちょっと待って. Let me see if there's any comments. Hold on. Rejection. Okay, I see. Let me just see if there's any comments. Maybe Brian needs a sign that says "Come and talk to for a free balloon." Yes. Okay. Well, じゃあ、ありがとうございます。I'll give you the これ YouTube の channel 名前は tokyorecordstyle. どこ行っちゃった? Where did my 名刺 go? あった。tokyorecordstyle. じゃあ、Shimokitaのおすすめが Do you have any recommendations in Shimokitazawa? 下北沢のなんかいいところはなんで今日下北来ました? Why'd you come here today?
服買いに来ました。
You wanted to buy some clothes? Okay. Do you have a recommendation? What's the best clothing shop in Shimokita? Do you have a favorite? 好きな shop?
タンポポハウス。
Tampopo House. Do you have a Shimokita なんか食事 or a shop or anything that you love in Shimokitazawa?
油そば。
Abura soba. どこの? Abura soba is like a delicious なんていうの? つけ麺そばな感じじゃない?
Yeah.
It has really this like dipping style of ramen. Abura is oil, and it's like they give you this like delicious, actually quite heavy oil. Is karai? Is it spicy? Tama いろいろある味ね. And then you dip the noodles. Oh my god, it's exquisite. It's really good. And what can you Yunosuke? Yunosuke の漢字は何ですか? いや、あんまり漢字はあんまり読まないけど、What's your 漢字? 立つの
芥川龍之介。
Okay. なんか何動詞? Whatなんか映像なんだっけ? 僕はなんだっけ? 僕は辰年?
辰年。
覚えてる?
辰年の辰って何？龍。
竜。竜之介の竜を持った。
俺の方じゃない。
わかるけど。
違う竜。
違う竜。いいよ、関係ない。じゃあ、下北のおすすめ。What's your recommendations in 下北沢？
クローズショップ。
Close shop, do you have a 一番好きなはなんか
一番好きな。
ないかな。
ロビコ。
ロ
ビコ。
Okay, cool. お疲れ様です。Thank you guys so much. 本当にありがとうございます。Brian です。You guys, 16歳、15歳の同級生学校は高校生。9月1日からまた今日春夏休み。OK、じゃあ、enjoy してください。ありがとうございます。OK, see you guys. Bye bye. See you. 本当にありがとう。Okay, it was like an English quiz. It was fun though. Little clunky, but fun. We got some contents there. A for effort. They were cool. They were like, my son's like 1 or 2 years away from them. It's kind of, jeez, man, they grow up fast. When I was 15, I bought my first LP, Elton John's Greatest Hits, back when there was no Volume 1, okay? It was his sum total at the time. I wore the flares and platforms. It was rather embarrassing. Ha ha ha. Maybe Brian needs a sign that says, come and talk to me for a balloon. James is on a campaign to get Tokyo Record Style some balloons. It's not a bad idea. It's the helium that's the tricky part. Helium's expensive. The way you get helium balloons is you pay for them for like $5 a balloon. So I don't think we're gonna get some balloons. But maybe balloon animals. Maybe we can make some balloon animals. There's some people. Oh, I just saw some people chatting. Okay, I see a photographer. There's some interesting looking people. Everybody's hot, sweating. Let me see about these comments. Hey, Gary Harris in the house. What's up, Gary? Great stuff, Brian. One person's opinion. Appreciate you guys being here. James, yeah. Hi, James. I don't know if I said hi. The new generation need to start to listen to a whole record from start to end. Well, yes, I wonder, right? I wonder. I mean, we're kind of back to a moment. We're back to a singles moment, aren't we? Like singles rule these days. We're like it'll probably come back around. The album will come back around. Looks busy there tonight. Well, I'd like to say that it is busy. There's plenty of people. Unfortunately, we haven't seen a single record collector. And I was here at like 7:45, and I was really, I thought I was doing my best to be here on time to catch some people coming home from the record store. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm getting used to it. It happens. And rolling with it. Need some patter. Steve Martin has this bit where he like, I think his mother and father got him like a book of patter. And when I say patter, you know what I mean? I mean like hey, ladies and gentlemen, step right up. We're here to tell you about the thing and the thing and the thing and the thing. And tonight's special guest is blah, 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 blah. No, don't you love it have you ever noticed, isn't that thing funny when you do, it's the patter, right? And he talks about like memorizing this book of patter and working at Disneyland. He actually, that's a coincidence. Steve Martin worked at Disneyland. It was had just opened up. And he went there and he was like infatuated with the one of the performance houses where they put on shows. And there was this guy who did this sort of variety show or comedy show or something, if I have this story right. And he watched it so many times, and he cleaned up in that particular hall, and he knew the act back and forth. And he had his patter book, and he'd like memorize everything. And he was just like praying for the day that would come where they'd be asked, where the talent on stage would faint, and they would have nobody to perform to an eager audience, and somebody would come on stage and say, is there anybody out there who could possibly do this act? Nobody out there actually knows this act, do they? They haven't read a book about entertaining audiences and got an arsenal full of patter, do they? And Steve Martin would be like, it's me, it's my moment. That moment did come, I guess, for him eventually in a roundabout way. So, yeah, we really did run out. But here we go. Hello. No. Hello. You guys want to talk about music? Ongaku no hanashi? Kyomi nai. Literally haven't seen a single. I just thought of something. It's the 20th, right? It's the 20th. And I bet you payday is on the 25th for a lot of companies. I think payday and invoices are filled at the end of the month, and I bet everybody went on summer holiday, and I bet it's a slow time. I bet this particular week people are busted. It's like that first credit card after the holidays. It's like, oh, I blew everything. I'm on a spending freeze. I bet it's that kind of situation. Just a hunch. Here comes some interesting looking people. Non-Japanese, but oh, this is the girl with the tail. This is the cat girl. Let's get her. I think this is her. Oh no, wait, it's a different cat girl. That's not gonna happen. That's like a how is that possible? How is that possible? There were two different girls walking around with cat ears and cat tails. That's so weird. Oh. They looked cool. Yeah. Okay, two different girls with cat tails. All right. Borderline embarrassing. You guys want to talk about music? Well, I'm putting myself out here. That's all I can say. I am. I'm putting myself out here. Oh, did I read Steve Martin's autobiography? I didn't, but I would really like to. I've heard amazing things about it. I thought that 45 that you wore around your neck the other day was quite brilliant. That wasn't bad. Maybe I thought about bringing it back out today. I didn't though. I thought about it. I saw Steve Martin on stage in '79 who played banjo and made balloon animals, says James Farley. Wow, that's very cool. Yvonne Music Man. They're saving money for the new Beatles box, Brian. Very possibly. Konbanwa. Let's see here. I actually dated a London girl who owned a leather catsuit, but need not go there. Okay. Yeah. Leather catsuit. Okay, Catwoman. Interesting. Never come across a real deal leather catsuit in real life, but sounds like it would be fun. We're talking about music. Do you want to come talk about music? No? Okay. I see some really interesting fashion, and I see this like there's a woman, an older woman in New York City who goes around, who I got a lot of inspiration from. She just got on my radar recently. She's very fun, and she's got the she's got the age, she's got the street cred to like go up to just about anybody and be like, oh wow, what's going on here? What you got going on here? From her. She walks up to people. She walks up to people and says, "Oh my God, I love your style. Come over here, show the people. Spin around." Granted, New York City is definitely going to be an easier city to do this in, but she says, "Share with me your Instagram. Do you want to share your Instagram with the people?" And the people shout out their Instagram. So I got that from her, but I'm not really tracking down fashion so much. But when I did see that Donny Hathaway hat and those yellow Crocs, this is about style too, for sure. Hey, music guys. There's 3 guys. This is the greatest thing about Shimokitazawa is you just see like every 10th person has a guitar on their back. There's another one. Oh, he's got like a flying V. He's got a case that's got a strange, I wonder if that's even that's pretty cool. His guitar case is a flying V. Well. Bless your hearts for sticking around with me. These guys look pretty cool. These guys can talk about fashion. They're young though. You guys want to talk about some fashion? Fashion kei wa sugoi yabai. Amari kyomi nai. They look really cool. Probably 18, 19 years old. Probably, they looked cool. My kid told me that she wanted to go to the recycle shop, but when I took her, she was so nervous. She was like, she felt so out of place. And she was like, I don't think I belong here. And I was like, was having like a little imposter syndrome. And she was like saying, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I'm old enough to be shopping here yet. And, but that was kind of cute, but it's coming. We're coming for that chapter of life where I saw a pair of Air Jordans in my Genkon today that were not mine, my son's. He got a new pair of like nice, his mom bought him a nice pair of Air Jordans. Is the people of Japan shy people? Of course, Yvonne, they're definitely shy. And Tokyo is, believe it or not, especially so. Tokyo's a little bit of a cold place because everybody's from somewhere else. So that makes it like a little bit of a tricky, population. Everybody's a little bit like weary of your neighbor. It's not a particularly friendly place. Agreed, that would be a good opener. What's the good opener, Gary Harris? The Instagram thing? What's your Instagram? What's your fashion? What's that exactly? Maybe I missed it. Always a good time here. Appreciate you, Gary Harris. 4D says, let's see, hold on. I just got promoted, then demoted. Story of my life. How did you get promoted and demoted? Hold on. Let's hear. 5D. Oh, I see. Gary Harris is calling you out. 5D. 5D. Let's see. Hold on. I saw a nice comment. Yvonne Music Man. Okay. Brian, I'm just wondering if you ask people passing you, who is your favorite band or singer at the moment? That might be a better way to get their attention. Hey, that's a good call. That's a great call. What's the question again? Who's your favorite band or who's your favorite singer? Hey, who's your favorite band? We tried. She just went like this. We tried though. We'll try again. That's a good call actually. Yes, good point. First question, who's your favorite band? And what's your favorite singer is a good opener, even if, okay, I'm caught up now. Here, I see what you're saying. If they're not carrying records, wouldn't work for me, but would work for friendly people. Hold on, okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. That's a great idea, actually. And I like that it's direct from you guys. Hey, ladies, who's your favorite singer? Ichiban suki Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me okay? Check 1 2, check 1 2. Can you guys hear me okay? Check 1 2. Okay, guys, that was my mother. My mother's calling. And my kid is in the States, and that could be important. So I'm gonna call it a night. 90 minutes. We did our best. We'll try again next week. Thank you for hanging out. I need to go figure out. I'm still muted. Am I still muted, or can you hear me now? Yeah. Got a phone call. The phone call canceled out the audio. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Hi, Mom. I'll tell everybody you guys say hi. Yeah, fun hanging out. Not a single record. Got some Argentinian recommendations. Got some Japanese recommendations. Do we count one more? No, we don't. We got to go figure out what Mom's calling about. All right. We'll see you next week. Maybe same time, same place ish. And I'll get it up on the calendar. And please, I love you guys. I actually really do love you guys. You guys, I've been thinking, I'm really encouraged by it. And I just, it's fun hanging out. It's fun. Like, I like the suggestions. What's your favorite band? What's your favorite? What's the sign? Like, keep them coming. This is great. I love like creating this together. It's really, really interesting. And maybe we'll have like a whole toolkit, you know, that anybody can use by the time, you know, we collectively mind hive. This is mind hive 4D. I'm mind hiving this. So I'm mind hiving this. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys on the next stream now. All right. I got to go call Mom. Bye for now. See you on the next one. See ya. Oh, are you going to stop? Of course you're not going to stop. You little brat. Why you never stop? Dang it. It won't stop. It's like two. Got this. Stop. No, won't stop. Okay. There's no way to end this damn thing. Let's try this. No. Come on. My only way to stop this is to like turn off YouTube, and then it just keeps going.